What's up, everybody? Today we're looking at the technical etude for Georgia All-State Band grades 9 and 10. Let's just jump right in. So as we can see, we're in the key of B flat, and most of this piece is actually pretty scalar, just playing basically your B flat scale. So if you just practice that in your arpeggios, you'll already be set up for success pretty early on. It's in a fast waltz, so I like to just feel the motion as I play through it. Our opening dynamic is forte, so you can play fairly strong. If you notice, our big focus for a lot of this piece is going to be different articulation styles. You have some standard articulations immediately followed by staccato, and then a marcato one. And if you kind of just play with accents on the beats, you'll mostly get the feel. But the thing that's really going to set everybody apart on this etude is focusing on different articulations and being sure to get to them. So for the majority of the first half of the piece, we're playing forte, and it's pretty consistent. And then all of a sudden, we have a huge style contrast here in measure 9. Everything is connected, and the dynamic goes down really quickly. So you want to be sure that you go from forte to mezzo piano within that one beat, and then really exaggerate the differences. And then one measure later, it's a very staunch contrast again, and another dynamic change. So between measures 9 and 12, you want to focus on your dynamics and your contrast of styles, and that'll really set you up for success. Be sure to slow down at measure 12 and make it really dramatic. And then when I hold that A, I'm going to take a big breath in before I come back in at a lower dynamic again. If you notice here at measure 13, it looks very similar to measures 1 and 2, but if you look closer, it's slightly different. Instead of just being a pattern, a scale pattern that moves up, it's got like 2 skips. That said, it's mostly the same thing, so just be sure that you have the difference between those. And then between measures 13 and 17, it says crescendo poco a poco. So little by little, you want to get louder and louder and louder. And so we're starting at mezzo piano, and by measure 17, we're at forte, playing basically a recap of the top. Just focus on your articulation contrast here, and when you get to measure 20, really draw out that ritardando and make it dramatic. Then take a huge breath before waiting to come back in at a tempo. You can have that rest. It'll add to some of the drama of the piece, and then you're home free. Just take a big breath and play it as you've been playing the rest of the piece, nice and strong, and mark those contrasts. Keep all that in mind, and I think you'll be set up pretty good for success.